Good. Oh, you know what I can do that I never do? Is I can set this to, so we're going to hit F1. I'm using RetroArch. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to turn on the ability to let this work in the background. Is it here? That. I don't remember where it is. I feel like it's somewhere like near the top and I'm just not thinking about it. It shouldn't be in here. Weird. Whatever. Filter should be off. I didn't realize there was one on. That's one thing. Audio input. I feel like it should be in here. That's weird. There's some of these things that I'm looking at here where I'm like, oh yes, this is definitely something that I use. And if I am on my phone or whatever, like I'll definitely turn some of this stuff on. Weird. Don't need that. It's just so strange. I don't know where the hell it is. Who cares? Alright, whatever, let's go. This blew my mind. It was small things like that as a kid where it's like, oh man, you're in a tank, but you have to deal with those things too. And then like getting to a certain age and realizing, not a certain age, but I guess like a certain level of playing the game and being like, oh wow, those two little explosions that come out the side do more, and if you have another guy, then it does that. Because that means you can just take enemies out from like a different distance. These aren't the kinds of things that you would do as a kid, in my opinion, but you know, it's good to know now. Especially since when you play this, if you haven't noticed yet, when you shoot, your pistol thing, it only go, or whatever, your turret, it only goes up. It's also clearly weaker. But I mean, come on. Also, those great Konami sound effects right there. That's Turbo right there. It's got a sprite limit on screen, so you can only have like 3 shots out at once or whatever. So another thing, so alright, demonstrator right here. So there's a guy in there, right? Now, your job in the game is of course to finish the level, but you also, you see my explosion has like this stuff shooting off it. It's a rocket also. You don't start off with that, you get that from rescuing, I guess, POWs, whatever you want to call them. If you take damage, like if you get shot and you die, all the ones that are in your car, or at least some of them, will hop out, so you have to try to like get them again. But at least you like missing stuff, and you can also see my scores going up by dropping these people off here. But I got another life. It's special. Startled me. I still have that thing because I haven't got hit yet. But I think if I die here, this is the boss here. I think if I die on this, I think I like just lose it. I just go back to having grenades. Got it. Yeah! Alright. Hacking. You see that wall hack? Mine hacks. I'm pretty much just playing this until I get hit. Just looks like it's gonna happen soon. I never got that far in this game. I don't think the game is even all that hard. It was just a game that, like, as a kid, I just never, like, really got that far in. And as I got to be, like, a teen, like, I never really went back to it. Which is a damn shame, because it's a pretty cool game. It's different. In a time period when, like, kids were obsessed with, like, army stuff, like, what a different time. I don't know if kids are still like that. Maybe because of Call of Duty, but as a kid, I remember, like, oh yes, let's play army. And people would always have, like, oh, I'm gonna throw this this pine cone as a grenade type stuff. Like, I feel like now it's like, oh, if you play army, you're secretly a cop and you're terrible or something. So, this was the thing I thought was really cool. I was sitting here and I was like, as a kid, again, first time I had played this, I was like, oh man, what do you do? Oh, well, you can go up the steps. Keep in mind, these are just pixels here. But as a kid, I was like, oh man, those steps are huge. How am I supposed to get up those? I can just roll up them? Wow. Amazing. You can do anything in this game. There's another thing that happens here where... Okay, I think some of these collapse if I remember right. It's been a while since I played this. It's like a random game to just be like, oh, let's play this on a Sunday, after work. I don't remember how you tell. I'm sure they're discolored or something. There's something that's like really obvious, but like as a kid I was like, oh, there's no way. How do you know that's gonna happen? It's like, as a kid, you'd be like, oh man, there's no way to know when these guys are gonna shoot. And like, looking at it now, it's like, oh, they definitely blink. They just definitely stand there and blink, and then they shoot. And there's no difficulty either, so... okay. Just a moment. Trying to promote myself. There we go. I think this is around where that stuff starts happening out with the pillars. I'm just... Yeah, there they go, there they go. Why? Why? Look at that, I lost my, full power up and I just have this stupid grenade. I don't understand what just happened. These things here too. Like, I thought that was the coolest thing, especially as a kid that was like a huge fan of G.I. Joe. That is some straight up Cobra nonsense right there. Uh-oh. Oh, right, these things. You son of a bitch. I'm definitely mapping both buttons right now. Nothing remotely strategic about anything I'm doing. There we go. Track and field style, just here. Look at that story. Oh man. I hope you're following the storyline, it's very deep. Now, this looks like a stage that was ripped out of like Ninja Turtles 2. Maybe, you know what, I would go so far as to say maybe the first Ninja Turtles game. It reminds me of the, I guess, there is definitely a street level in Turtles 2, I think. Well, at least on the Nintendo. I assume that this is what war was like as a kid. If the 80s taught me anything, it's that wars were full of ninjas and people shooting lasers and nobody could hit anything. And really catchy music. Maybe that's why they don't make games like this anymore. I guess, again, there's Call of Duty, there's always Call of Duty. But, like, I feel like, you know, as a kid, there were so many more, like, war games. Like, this is just a game where you do war. You had stuff like this, which is, like, fun. I would classify this game as a fun, arcadey sort of game. Compared to, like, what is that series? What is that series called? The Strike games from EA? But this is definitely way before those games existed, as far as I know. Are you kidding me? You see the range on that shot, man? What a dildo. As a kid, I would have also been like, there's no way that guy's hiding on the roof. That's definitely some BS. Very disrespectful. Oh, you can see where it is for sure. I didn't see the shadow last time. I guess I was really looking forward to them, so big surprise there. Amazing. This gave me a full upgrade. This gets me killed, right? Something else I thought was really neat as a child about the Nintendo was the way that they do the sprites. Is that like you see how they're trying to render the next section on the bottom of the screen down there? I always thought that was really neat when you're looking at like, why does it look like that? Is that this hidden area? It's like, oh no, that's the top half of the screen. I guess it's to save space in like RAM or something. This is what war is. This and regenerating health. If you get shot, all you have to do is just hide behind cover and you'll be fine. Oh, was I supposed to do that? Maybe I'll get an extra man. Guess not. When I see things like that in games, I expect what it to mean is, oh, you're supposed to die here. Ah, yeah. See, that's appropriate. I seem to have lost my signal for a second or something. Oh, right. What a nice game. What a nice game. Maybe it's here. The implication of the story is that they don't know what they're doing. They're just going places and blowing stuff up. Alright. Oh, shoot. I didn't remember this at all. Just like real life. I like the idea of this guy being in like basic training and he's like a great shot. This guy's like, I don't know, drill sergeant just like, can you please just shoot the gun and stop flashing? If you keep it up, we're gonna have to throw you in the weird guys in Contra that have to wear the other colored jumpsuits and all you do is just flips. You don't shoot, you just do flips. I like how, I don't know why, but the thing only shooting left and right seems so useless compared to when it splits and goes up. Oh, you know what? Hey, look at that. That worked out what we did in it. Shit in a trash stock. Stuff comes along in this train tracks, doesn't it? I don't really remember. I'm definitely playing more of this than I had planned on. Let's go away from the train tracks. I guess I can't. What is this? Oh shit, those are mines? I thought those were collectibles because I'm an idiot. Those are very clearly mines. Amazing. I got some respect for that. The way that they, you go through a minefield and it actually, like, it's a line of sight thing. That kind of free guy. Take this mountain. Nice. Oh no. Need a better plan. Going here next. We're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. Here we are in Space Mountain. Oldest ride, longest line. Uh-oh. Oh, that's... I couldn't go that way because, this wall is here. I thought that meant that I could cross right there. Good to know. I'm pretty happy with these headphones, though. Again, they're cheap. But I can feel the bass. My mistake. I got caught trying to make you. It's so good. I love it. That is such a Nintendo type trap too. I will pass. Good game. Game holds up pretty damn good. What do I want to do before I do things? Let's see. 1080. 1080. So there's this new VR snowboarding game, Carve VR Snowboarding, from the makers of 1080. It's very neat. It even has the same like lodge thing. You know what? Let's go ahead and load this up. Let's see how this works because I haven't tried this out in a while. Watch this be weird. It looks like it's already running at a weird frame rate. That's fine, I think.
1080.
I played so much of this game. One of my friends had it, I didn't. And this was like, this and WCW NWO World Tour were like some of our go-to games. Alright. You know what I want to do is I want to go in here. So, this car VR snowboarding game, you're literally in a lodge, and you just kind of like go around. You can walk around there and like choose your next stage, choose your snowboard type tapes. This is my go-to guy. Be him or her. Let's see, she's got her. Yeah, I remember that.
What's up?
What's up? This guy's cool. He's got sunglasses on.
Yo.
Of course he says yo.
Yeah?
Fucking Canadian.
What's up?
Alright, let's go. Didn't understand this as a kid. Edge control. How good you are at edging. This was something else it took me, like, I don't know. I started skateboarding, I didn't understand what this was, and like, later I was like, oh, that's all it is. Which foot is forward?
Ready?
But I went to training because... Let's see, I don't think there's a... I think if I go in here, maybe... Yeah, so it tells you how to do the tricks, right? There's a weird reverb. I don't think that was like that in the original game. So, here's where it gets weird, right? What is up with that reverb? Okay, so you got this. Me and my friends used to sit here and try to see who could do a 1080. And why it ends up being complicated is because you have inputs like this, where you're doing a 180 and a 360, because that's what a 540 is.
180. 360. 540. 360.
It doesn't make any sense. The input on these moves don't make any sense.
180. 360. 540. 360. 540.
Can't do it.
360. 540.
I'm doing it. I'm just not getting input.
360. 720.
There we go.
360. 180. 180. 360. 720.
There we go. Watch this.
360. 180.
It's so weird. It's not even like...
360. 540. 180. 360. 360. 360. 360. Three there. 180.
I can't do the damn input.
180. 360. 720. 360. 720.
I wish you could see my inputs right now.
360. 900.
There we go.
180. 180. 360. 360. 720.
Oh.
360. 720. 180. 360. 180. 360. 720. 360. 720.
I can't get the last one.
180.
Now my thumb is getting tired from trying to do these. You would think, as a person who plays grapplers and fighting games, I'd be fine here.
360. 180. 360. 180. 180.
Tommy Hilfiger. Stuff everywhere.
360. 540.
Alright, well, whatever. We're good. Anyway, I just wanted to show those inputs because I remember being a kid and thinking this game was so cool and thinking the moves were so damn hard to do. Especially when a game is called 1080 and it's like, can't do a fucking 1080. Also, I remember these races were ridiculous.
What's up? Let's go.
Welcome. Rob Haywood versus
That
Leon
reverb.
Lester. Ready? Go!
I thought they were saying, hey Rob Haywood, pick up the phone. So right now I'm holding what is the Z button, right? It's my L trigger. To speed up. But you have a damage meter, which is the thing that makes this game like kind of weird. Because what ends up happening sometimes is you sit there and you like, yeah, so I took damage. So in addition to taking damage, this guy's also ahead of me. Ugh.
Dances herself to death.
That should be good, right?
You did it!
I did it. At this period of time, man, snowboarding games are like so... they're so good. There's this, there's Cool Boarders, that's probably it. There's Snowboard Kids, you got that.
Rob Haywood versus Kensuke Kimachi.
You see that? How he loaded in all low poly? I wasn't gonna notice. It is a bit of a bummer that that snowboarding game, the VR one, even though it was made from the people that made 1080, they can't use any 1080 tracks, I'm assuming probably because of weird copyright stuff. The game still looks pretty damn neat. It's not Wave Race neat. Wave Race, I think, like, we'll load up Wave Race next. But Wave Race, to me, like, always looked really cool. That section right there, the first time I saw that in this game, I was like, whoa! And I remember going to my friend's house when he had unlocked more of the tracks and just being, like, blown away. I'm sure there's some way to cushion your fall right there. I just don't know what it is. Look at that lead. Don't you do this to me, game.
You did it!
Alright. I want to switch to
Rob
waivers.
Haywood versus Akari Hayame. Ready?
We're gonna switch. This game is so damn good. Holds up so well. Alright, let's see. This was a game that I was told I got as a Christmas present. My parents couldn't find it, and it led them to believe that they left it at the store. And they were asking me all Christmas Day, they're like, "Where's your other game?" And I was like, "What other game?" All I had was Mario 64, and I was having the best time with it. And they were like, "No, but we got you. Didn't you play your other game yet?" I was like, "What other game?" And like, I remember going to the video store, rental store, and like renting this because it looked cool to me. And then my parents were like, "Isn't this the game that we bought you?" I was like, "What? No." It upset me so much because this game is so cool. It's just there's nothing really like it. Like still, I don't know of any games. Like you got other snowboarding games, you got skateboarding games, but there's not really like a wave runner game. There was whatever that series that was came out in the PS2. But that's pretty much it.
Select your watercraft, please.
Oh, there's a girl I had a crush on whose name was Amy when I was a kid, and I just imagined this was her. My brother would be like, "I'm gonna play as the black guy," and I was like, "His name is Hayami." It's like, I guess. I suppose so. You can also go in here and like if you want to change how your thing handles, you've got that too. Where it's not really super detailed, but I want to say like light is easier to turn. Heavy is like harder to turn, but I'm assuming that's got its own advantages. If you make your turns more stable, you're less likely to spin out. Dash versus top end should be like acceleration versus overall speed, and then grip, loose and tight. That's what she said. It's one of those things you don't really mess with until you're like in the harder modes.
Welcome
Look
to
at how realistic that
Sunny
crowd
Beach.
looks. This was like a weekend for me right here, man. Like sitting here and playing this and be like, man, this feels like the weekend.
Get ready for the first race. 3, 2, 1.
So it's just slalom or whatever, slalom. We just have to go on the opposite side of things. But the physics of the water to this day, like playing this right now, I'm like, this is good. These waves handle like waves, and like I'm looking at the way that my rider is like bouncing, and like it still feels right. Along with the soundtrack too. Something about this kind of reminds me of Sega. Like I feel like this could have been like part of the inspiration for that Sonic Adventure stage, the first one, when you're like running from the whale. And then, like, one of the cool things that this game does too is, on some of the tracks, well, for one, if you play on harder, like, difficulties, sometimes the tracks change a little bit, and it's not the track that changes, it'll just be like the waves are more intense or whatever. Which means that you can use them, or they'll, like, throw you off a bit more. But sometimes, like, between, like, laps, the track changes a little bit, and it's like, oh, well, you can no longer take this path, because, I don't know, water height's different. Or if you hit this wave just right, you can do this instead.
You finished first and got 7 points. Great race. Move on to
What I always thought was funny is that there's only 4 racers in this game,
Welcome to
But-
Sunset Bay.
It'll tell you, like, in order to advance, you have to be above 24th place. And I'm like, well, there's only 4 characters, so I think I'm okay.
2, 1, Maximum power!
This was one of the songs in the game. Hey, what's up, Ben? Where I used to, like, sit here and listen to the song, and I used to think, like, man, I want to burn this. Or not burn it, but I wanted to, like, copy the song to a tape so I could listen to it on my own without having the game on. I lost my speed.
You're in second. Okay. You're still in first.
I was just in second talking about I'm still in first.
Okay.
It's... Nope. What a good game.
Get back in the race.
Trying not to miss any of these. Though it's like I'm gonna take the hit on...
Hey, the final lap.
being, like, late, because I don't want to, like... I'd rather be late than lose to a life out, or winning out of lives or whatever. Damn, this is the last lap too. It's almost in second. Oh well.
Good job.
At least I'm not last. Like that loser back there. Oh, that's not the loser. The loser is the other person.
You finished third and got 2 points. Pretty good.
Pretty
Move on to the next round.
Alright, enough of that. The game is great. What else? Turok. Rage Wars was the game I played the most out of that series. Turok 1 and 2 used to make me so sick. They still make me feel sick. Yes. These are all N64. Tetrisphere, I have no clue what I'm doing in that game. Super Bowling. Why? Whatever. I had a friend who convinced me, even though we all played StarCraft on the PC and I wasn't really a big fan of it, he was like, dude, you gotta rent it on the Nintendo 64 so we can play together. And I was like, we play together anyway. And then I rented it and just remember being so annoyed. This is like, this is not as good. This is the point of playing split-screen StarCraft. You can see what the other person's doing. Of course, at the time, all our friends were using map hacks, so they could see where everybody else's bases were. But still, man. Here's another game that completely blew me away. Because it came with the, what's it called? Rumble Pack. I've been trying to find good Switch games that I don't know about.
Message from General Pepper.
There's plenty of games that I know about that I just never got around to playing, like Luigi's Mansion and stuff. But I'm convinced that there's like hidden games that nobody talks about. I don't really want to call them hidden gems, but I guess hidden gems. And I've got plenty of stuff I could probably play. Let's go. So, I don't know what it is. I think it's maybe the texture resolution in this game. It's either that or I think it's just the reflections on the first stage that, like, as a kid when I first saw this, and the way that it looks when you're flying over water, like, oh my gosh, it just took my breath away. And it had voices, too, for a Nintendo game, or an N64 game. Like, come on.
Corneria, fourth planet of the Lilat system.
Look at how
The
clear that
evil
voice
Andros
is.
turned this once thriving system into a wasteland of near extinction. General Pepper of the Cornerian army was successful in exiling this maniacal scientist to the barren, deserted planet Venom. 5 years later, General Pepper noticed strange activity coming from Venom. James McCloud, Pigma Dangar, and Peppy Hare of the Star Fox team were sent to investigate. Upon their arrival, Pigma betrayed the team, and James and Peppy were captured by Andros. Peppy barely escaped Venom and returned home to tell James' son, Fox, about his father's fate. A few years have passed. Andros has again invaded the Lilat system. General Pepper has turned to a new Star Fox team, headed by Fox McCloud, to save Corneria and free the Lilat system once again.
Yes, indeed. So, playing this game for the first time as a kid, and then seeing this and trying to figure out, like, what do you do to go to different planets, and like what's the best way to get through here to get like a certain score, and then finding out like, oh, you can get medals on each stage. How do you get medals? Oh, okay, so you do this. Well, how do you get the most kills? Or how do you get like the biggest combo, whatever you want to call it? It was like so much fun. And then finding alternate routes.
It's about time you showed up, Fox. You're the only hope for our world.
I'll do my best. Andros won't have his way with me.
So this part didn't impress me. It was when this starts and it shows them in formation, I was just like, oh my gosh, it looks just like real life. Look at that. That looks just like a real sky.
Open the wing.
And then hearing them like talk to each other and have their own little personalities was so neat too. Right there. That reflection of the clouds. This looks so neat.
Falco here. I'm fine. This is Peppy. All systems go.
Flippy here. I'm okay.
Never noticed how it's just their heads in the cockpit. That's all good.
I see him up ahead. Let's rock and roll.
I don't remember the buttons here, so I'm gonna make a couple mistakes. So, that right there, that was it. That was the thing that just, oh man, blew me away.
Flippy, get back here. Flippy, watch out. Don't be on your tail.
Whoa! Help me! Thanks, Fox. I thought they had me.
We're entering Corneria City now. This is horrible. Everybody stay alert!
Yeah, man, finding out like all the stuff that you could blow up in this game was so damn rewarding. Because that would be like, oh, how do you get more kills here? It's like, I'm almost there, but not quite there. See up is.
You've got an enemy on your tail! Use the brake!
A little bit of lag right there too. Oh man, it's so good. Weird. These are things that I miss about this system.
I'll take this one. Get the one behind me. Something's wrong with the G diffuser. I guess I should be thankful.
Yeah, I definitely was like, I think the first time I played this, I was definitely taking notes on like, alright, what counts as a kill and what doesn't.
Do a barrel roll. Pretty smooth flying, Fox.
This was something else where I remember going through this like a billion times trying to figure out like how do you trigger him letting you go this way, because I didn't have a computer at home.
Falco, where you going?
So my only way to find this stuff out was either to go to a friend's house or maybe go to the library and like try to like look up stuff on GameFAQs back then on like dial-up speeds.
Time for a little payback. Gotcha!
It was like 120 or something you had to get on the stage in order to get like whatever it is. Look at that shadow, and you get down and
Want to play?
look at that. You can get to their fucking laser.
Coming at me from the
What
rear.
a cool
Drop
game.
altitude.
Enemy shield analyzed.
Deploy all units! Charge! I've got a present for you!
Shoot, I'm taking damage. Aim for the open spot.
I think this is another one of the things where I realized later, I was like, oh man, you don't get credit for like shooting his enemies, so trying to use him as like your way to rack up kills doesn't work.
Who are you guys?
We're Star Fox.
We're Star Fox.
You'll never defeat Andross!
Oh man. So much charm.
We're heading out. All aircraft report.
You did it! I was worried for a moment.
You're becoming more like your father. I'm fine. You okay over there, Fox?
Trying to figure out what PSF was because I'm an idiot. Later realizing, oh, it's Peppy, Slippy, and Falco. But yeah, man, this game is still neat. And there's that one stage too that was just, I think it's that middle one. I don't remember which one it was. It was like, oh, this is just Independence Day. Oh man, I played this game so much. GoldenEye was another one where I played like the hell out of it. And the funny thing about GoldenEye is like you play it, and as a kid, you know, I was playing it on like whatever, like Agent. And then later realizing like, oh, you only get certain cheats if you beat it on other difficulties faster. And then realizing like on top of that, it's like, oh, that's not it. The mission also changes. Like if you go to the same level and do it in like a harder difficulty, like they'll give you more objectives. Perfect Dark, game that I always wish I liked more than I do. Perfect Dark was just too complicated for me. They wanted you to do too much. GoldenEye had like cool missions and all, and like Perfect Dark was like, hey, what if you had more stuff to do per mission? Which is a neat idea, but I don't know, it's a bit messy to me. I will be right back in the restroom real quick.
Why the big hurry?
If Dr. Carroll is not extracted tonight, Datadyne will put him through mind conditioning. And we'll lose our best chance of finding out what Datadyne are up to.
Are they all expendable?
Don't you careful, Joanna. Gold keys will only operate while the owner is alive. If you kill them, the key is useless. Armed guards are a different matter, of course.
What's the target location?
Work your way down the building to the ground level. Dr. Carroll will be in a research lab somewhere in the underground facility.
How will I recognize him?
We don't have an image record, and we can't find any official files. All we have is the name. Good luck, Dr. Dark.
Why the big hurry?
If Dr. Carroll is
Alright,
not
I'm
extracted
back.
tonight,
And no, I have not played Paper Mario. Not really.
we'll lose our best chance of finding out.
It's funny, it came out and I wanted to
Are they all expendable?
when I was a kid, but I just never actually, like, got around to it, I guess. Every time I tried, it seems neat. It's just like, it was always a little bit too late. It was like, oh, there's a new one coming out. The only one I put any time into,
What's the target location?
I played, Mario and Luigi on GBA, but I also played Super Paper Mario on Wii, because I thought that was a really cool
We don't have
idea.
an image record, and we can't find any official files. All we have is the name. Good luck, Dr. Dark.
Alright, let's do this thing. Maybe. Possibly. I was gonna say, what's happening here? Oh, look at that, beautiful. I remember this looking like this in the actual game too, and being like, what is that? Doc. Keep it simple. I feel like something is wrong. I can't tell if it's loading or not. I think I have this game in my room. I really need to get a new N64 and expansion pack.
Why the big hurry?
If Dr. Carroll is not extracted tonight, Datadyne will put him through mind conditioning. And we'll lose our best chance.
I've got all my
of finding out what
games.
Datadyne are up to.
I let my nephew use it, and like I think somebody took it from him. I think like a cousin or something like stole it from him, which is fair. I don't know what I was expecting. I just at the time he was into video games, but he didn't have anything of his own, and all I had was old stuff. So I was like, all right, here you can hold on to this until I come see you. And now all he does is like play stuff on like his tablet and his phone anyway. He's got a Switch and a PS4 and I think like an Xbox and a bunch of modded systems from his dad or his stepdad, but he doesn't actually like play any of it. Okay, we're here. Oh jeez. Alright. Control stick is look. That's a good thing they can't aim to save their lives. So something that's really stupid about me is I have a USB N64 controller for moments just like this. I'm definitely not using it. I haven't used it in a long time. Looks like a secret door.
Hey, you!
I think I can't go all the way down until I get a key card or something.
Intruder alert! Oh my god!
I think that is the weirdest feeling about this game is, so the control scheme I'm using right now is a bit more, like, traditional, but there's nothing that's quite there. I think if you use, like, the dual wielding stuff, you'd be alright.
What's that noise?
But I'm using, what it is the left stick moves and turns you, and then the right stick is in charge of strafing and looking up and down. Look at the size of that moon. Why is it so big? It's going up and go down.
Get her.
Get her. This was something that took me an embarrassingly long time to realize like how this works. Because all you do is just go up and then go back down. It's like, alright, now you're in the lab area.
Bloody stupid gun.
This sounds like fake James Bond music. I love it. This sounds like, man, we lost the license to the James Bond games. What else can we do? Is this not the labs?
Basement elevator must be around there somewhere.
Hey, you! Oh my god! I've got a clear shot.
Always love that animation right there. Did it. What a babe. I really appreciated when they gave her the other hairstyle in Perfect Dark Zero. Man, I played so much of Perfect Dark Zero, but it was mostly multiplayer. It was just because I had read so many magazines hyping it up. I was just like, alright, this must be good. And then getting it for like $20 or something like that was like one of the first like budget 360 games I got.
Huh?
Had it coming. This was when the mission started getting more complicated, if I remember right. It was like, oh, you have to use like this drone thing to get around, which is, it's a super neat idea. Hey, what's up, man? I wonder. You know what? I don't really mess with these settings. Let's see. I don't really know this emulator all that well either. I have been attempting to make myself... Oh, it's is it built into the game? Is it in the menu somewhere? I've been attempting to like get myself to like play games in widescreen, and it's never good. Oh no, nope, that's not it. I'm always like, I think one of the coolest things that this thing offered, the expansion pack, was like the idea of like, oh yeah, you can use high res mode. So I guess this is full, and then 16:9. I don't like this. This feels illegal. Keep hitting that menu because I'm thinking it's in there.
Hey, you!
As if this game's gonna tell me what to do. Oh, this... I never really messed with GoldenEye options, honestly. GoldenEye was a game that I like just put in GoldenEye and just play GoldenEye, even though I was playing with other people at somebody else's house.
Get out, Joel! The levels are too high! Use the cam spy!
Ah, there we go. I have the what's it called? The I guess the port? Cam spy. Yeah, I've got the port on my like Xbox account, which is really funny because I haven't used my Xbox in... I haven't owned an Xbox since like 2009. But that's still in there. Oh, listen to that. That's beautiful. Hey, what's up? How do I go? There we go. I picked up my cam spot. I've got oh, if you mean the emulator, yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that's weird. But man, RetroArch is so nice. I want to play this. I want to play these games. I had a friend who tried to talk me into this being like a great game. Oh man, I am on the east coast of the US. It's 8:21 here. Nightmare creatures. I have been thinking about nightmare creatures lately and how weird it is that that series hasn't come back. Yeah, I. So if you asked me like a year and a half ago, it was something I absolutely hated, RGB. But like over the past year, I've just been like, you know what? I'm just gonna get a bunch of RGB stuff. So I got some RGB RAMs. I've got like 48 gigs of RAM now. Um, but yeah, even then, like it doesn't matter like what your setup is. It seems like if the core isn't set up all that well, it's some things in RetroArch are just gonna run weird. But yeah, man, I've been thinking about how cool it would be to see nightmare creatures come back out of the blue. Like if you're watching E3 and it's like, what is this? And like this nightmare creatures 2021. What if? And the funny thing is, the only game I have memories of is Nightmare Creatures 2. But I remember wanting to play these games so bad as a kid. But I didn't get to buy stuff often. Yeah, that's about right. I think all I did was read reviews and look at the title. I was like, oh man, Nightmare Creatures. Wow, that game must be cool. You can be Ignatius and Nadia. Wow. She's like Gina. Ignatius? I don't know. Look at this. Look at how they're trying to display the story here. Like it is in the perfect spot on the screen to just not pay any attention to it. I feel like if you got like this game and I don't even know. I don't know how to open doors or anything. I feel like if you got this game and Shadow Man, like you're probably like set as like a kid that's into horror movies or horror games or anything. I think that guy's dead. My favorite is going back to play games like this on a modern controller and then realizing like, oh, C left is set to jump. Shadow Man, it got a for some reason it got a remake this year, like one of those weird reboot things. I'm pretty sure I need to go through there. Oh no. It's on Steam for like $10 or something, and it's funny because it's one of those games where it's like, well, we upped the resolutions, but like nothing else about the game changed. Oh no, there's only one control scheme. This is the worst one. My solution is like, this control scheme is no good for this modern controller. I better go buy a USB controller for that system or a converter. Can't let the man win. You have to give the man more money, I guess. How? Are you kidding me? You have to be in like the perfect spot to grab these things. There we go. Whoa. And it just seems like this series should have made a comeback. Jade Cocoon. Jade Cocoon is a game that I definitely remember renting when other kids in my school were playing Pokemon and I didn't have a Game Boy. I definitely remember being like, how am I getting the Jade Cocoon? It's probably just about the same. How do I... Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Okay. I can do this. Stop. It just smacked me in the back of the head. Sure, it's unfortunate that I can't rotate the camera. I just have to, like, hope he's not out of my vision. Which he seems to be very good at doing. Tenchu. I think Tenchu's pretty damn neat. The thing about Tenchu playing it now that like really strikes me is like the soundtrack to me is just like it's pretty good. It sounds different from other stuff. Future Cop, that's a game that I used to always see in the video store and I never actually played much of. I think I might have like tried it out in an emulator a couple times. What was the other one? Spyhander? I think it's the other one. There's a lot of games that I used to always see, but I never actually like played much, or I rented like once. Was like, I don't know what I'm doing here. Possibly didn't have a memory card, which is always a mistake. Congratulations. Saving, okay. How am I supposed to read that? How am I supposed to read that? Not interested. Clearly it's not interested either. Oh, no, changed its mind. The thing with Tenchu stealth kills though, at least playing it now, is like when I was a kid, that shit made perfect sense. As an adult, it is very confusing. Let's see if I have that on here. I have to think about where it was. It's this thing here. I think I have Tenchu. My folders might be all jacked up though. Clearly it's not that. Oh, look at that. This sound, man. That sound is, it's so good. I was thinking earlier, I was like, what is the best startup sound? And that PlayStation one might be the one that, like, if I'm, like, passing by somebody's window and they have their window open and they turn it on, I'm just like, is that a PlayStation? The PS2 one is, like, it's good too. So is the GameCube one, but, like, something about that PlayStation one, it just sounds, like, weird. It sounds like a video game or something to me. When I think of the fucking Dreamcast, all I think about is that stupid beep from the VMU starting up. Listen to this. This is the kind of music that you would hear in an RPG. Hey there, Cecily. I know who you are. Seen her pay. Oh man, look at this. Video games still don't look like this. Look at this. It's such a weird thing that happened to Tenchu. Like, I feel like it didn't actually die. They just kept making Tenchu games for the wrong platform. Like, I think they put out one on the 360. That's like the last one. It seems like, especially with all the Souls-likes stuff, like, you could definitely bring Tenchu back also. I want to get to the first target. Because I remember that guy having a... No, fuck the target. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna let this play, and we're going to the training mission, and I think the training mission... Maybe it's Tenchu 2, where the guy has the worst stereotypical Asian accent. Like, it's funny because it's a Japanese company. It's like the opening to the Mortal Kombat movie. Kind of. She's just tired. This is another game that, like, I didn't have a PlayStation when this game came out, so I remember, like, looking at magazines and being like, wow, that's what the PlayStation is? I had an N64. So, clearly, by this point, I'm sitting here playing, like, Buck Bumble. You know, games like Tenchu on the PS1 and magazines, like Tenchu and Twisted Metal 2, and be like, man, I wish I had that. It might be Tenchu 2 that has the stupid trading guide. This looks so good still.
Lord Gorda expects much of you. The enemy will be skillful and ruthless. You must be prepared physically and spiritually. You must focus. You must train hard and train well.
This was acceptable in the 90s. That is. That dude sounds like some sort of like weird Asian Yoda. Oh man. Because of the colors on the bottom of the screen right there, I was convinced that Tenchu was somehow related to Ninja Gaiden. Oh man, look at this. That texture warping, like that's PS1 right there. And again, the soundtrack, man. I like how this is the tutorial, but they don't actually tell you how to do anything. It's just like, nah, this is the tutorial, you should figure this out. You'll be alright. Look at him. So determined. I'm so bad at this game. I don't think I'm bad at stealth games, I just think like this game in particular I'm bad at because like it doesn't really give you a lot of heads up. That's a game I didn't know existed until people started making their like weird hidden gems list. And then I was like, what is Shinobito? I think I might have the ROM somewhere, but I never really got around to playing much of it. But it's like a spiritual successor to Tenchu, right? Not anytime soon. This... I don't think I've ever actually played Breath of Fire 3, like, at all. What? Alright, looking at this right here, you can look at this and you can clearly be like, this could definitely be like Dark Souls combat here. You could see how they could make the change and make it work. I had a friend who was he was a really big Breath of Fire fan when we were younger. I think it was like when Final Fantasy VII came out, that did this thing where everybody was trying to find like the next big RPG. I don't know, I played a little bit of like 1 and 2 and that's pretty much it. Is 3 the one that's called like Dragon Quarter or something? Or is that 4? I'm super out of the loop on those games. Playing this is putting out a PSA. But they're definitely bringing out that what's it called, collection sometime soon. The Ninja Gaiden collection.
Show yourself.
One of the guys that saw me. There it is. I guess me ducking in front of that guy didn't actually scare him. Yeah, I'm out of the loop on those games. I got juggled. This is definitive fighting game now. This is just Bushido Blade.
You disappoint me. You will bring only shame.
That's me. That's me. Story of my life. Thug. Look, I got an undetected kill. But yeah, man, Tenchu. A neat game. What a neat idea for a game. A game where you play as a ninja and you're actually doing ninja-y things. Siphon filter. This is a game that I can turn on and like accidentally just spend a ton of hours just sitting here playing because it's so stupid. I need to do this. I need to do this. And I think it was like 2003, 2004. I remember going to a what the hell is that store called? Oh, it's one of the games that there are companies that GameStop bought. It wasn't Funko Land. I could see that. I could see those games on disc, especially like now since PlayStation Nostalgia is still there. These games being like worth a good amount. I bought all of these for like $10 each.
Burn it all.
But what about the serum?
Leave nothing. Now I will show you how I deal with informants.
You do.
Finish him.
With pleasure.
These are the coordinates Ellis sent.
Over there.
Like, Metal Gear was definitely the better game here. But this game was pretty fun. It's also really stupid. It's because you're a taser. Few games have one weapon that break the entire game. This game, it has its taser.
Executed. Leon, you find anything?
The place is torched. I don't know what they were growing, but it wasn't narcotics.
Romer knew we were coming.
So what's our next move?
We watch
I
for
have
them
any
to
really
line out,
expensive
right?
games.
We won't have to wait long.
I've got like Super Metroid, but that's only like $30 maybe, if I'm lucky. And that's like, I don't have a case, it's just a loose card.
Clear enough.
I want 2 additional teams assigned to this. Find Romer.
I understand.
If I can find my DS games, I have this weird feeling that I might have some stuff that's actually worth money.
Logan
Like, I
is
don't
my
know.
best agent.
Project Cross Zone.
What do you want to do?
Nothing. We will wait.
I think it's 3DS.
We'll wait and see what he can discover.
Our WHO contact was correct. Everyone within 100 miles is dead.
Not everyone. This man is still alive.
How is that possible?
This guy are
It's
thick.
not.
Here we go. The poor man's Metal Gear, which is funny because it costs just as much as Metal Gear Solid did. So it's like, why wouldn't you get that first? I'm sure there are definitely people that are out there who are like, well, I want to play Siphon Filter because it's more realistic. It's not going to load. I'm hurt. It should be. No. Let's try to restart this and see if I can just skip that intro part. Hang on. I don't know what's up with all the scan lines. Just turn that stuff off. Just done that earlier. Go ahead and save. The thing with Konami, again, is that Konami gets a lot of hate, but every time I think about them, I'm like, man, I'm so thankful that they still make arcade games. Like, most companies don't, but they consistently do it. Even if it's just, like, rhythm games for the most part. They did have that Castlevania arcade game, which, don't know what the point of that was. It was like a light gun game. With my ISO. Could be an emulator, I don't know. I'll give it 5 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, we're good. Content. Let's see. PSP. PSP. Peace Walker. Your Acid. Man, Peace Walker was such a big deal when it came out. It was a game that, like, people that played it seemed to really love, and everybody else was like, what is the point of this game? Yeah. Yeah. It's very strange playing, you know, Metal Gear Solid 5, and, like, every single chapter is just, like, a Kojima production. Just to remind you, like, who that man was. Oh, look at this. This is a classic. Is core good? I just want to see the bikini lady. This is such an unfortunate port of this game, because this game came out, and in the arcade, like, I still love Silent Hill, or Silent Scope 1 and 2. Sorry, your name. But yeah, Silent Scope 1 and 2, games I love in the arcade. And I remember when, you know, this came out on Dreamcast, like, oh man, I can't wait to play it. It's gonna have light gun support. Columbine happened! So Columbine happens, there's no light guns officially from Sega or anybody. Like, there's those third-party ones, but that's it. So, never really got the home port experience. The closest I can do is play this in, like, VR. Play something like this in VR, I mean. I admit, when I was younger, I definitely played a lot of light gun games using a controller just because I thought they were neat still. But it's definitely not the same. Well, the thing with this game is that you had the scope, which you can't do if you're playing you know, with the controller or anything. Like, the thing that made this game cool was, like, instead of having to, like, zoom in and out like this, you would literally just, like, hold the thing up to, like, look in the scope and it'll be zoomed in. It's like, now this is just a first-person shooter, so... But back then, you didn't really, you know, first-person shooters were all, like, Doom-type stuff. So, this was so cool. Playing this game and then being like... Wow. Oh, man. Babes. Not creepy. Oh, wait. This guy. He's about to shoot at me. That man looked like he was a piece of cardboard. I remember playing this game in the arcade and trying to like hold my breath, thinking like, this will make everything better. Oh man. Oh, this isn't the thing I was thinking it was. The stadium one is really stupid because I think the guy's like running through a football stadium holding the president's daughter, and you have to try to like take him out with a headshot without hitting her. The hard part in this game was never like it was trying to hit the time limit. It was never like the targets themselves. Which again, this makes it even harder if you're using a controller instead of the gun, because at least with the gun you can just be like, alright, I'm just gonna look over this way real quick. Oh, I'm gonna lose. I'm over. My last credit. I like how nobody's even remotely concerned about the explosion that just happened downtown. Downtown Chicago. Like, this is like it's a pretty big deal. Remember the thing that made this one cool was like the bullets, because you're driving, they like go off to the side. So if you're playing in the arcade, like you actually have to like think about that a bit more. Got it. Can't tell where my shot's going. Oh man. You say it seems why? Oh, that's good. That's good. I definitely just shot that, oh no. Like, how many friends do I have that are female? I don't know. Oh no. the huge trailer. Well, is this man gonna drift? Oh, he just made... That's an impossible turn for him to make. Oh. Look at that. Rip.
Silent scope.
Just a sec. Alright, let's see. Silence. Oh, you're fine. Wait, where did it go? Didn't I just close content? I guess not. Hold on. There we go. Alright, let's see. To extreme, ace combat, air combat. Finding out that air combat was ace combat 1 was like mind-blowing. Ape Escape, it's a good time. Renting that game, like getting a DualShock controller and then renting that game and being like, wow, this is the power of analog sticks. And that pretty much being it for a while. Once you realize like, oh, you can play like first-person shooters and like use this thing as like your camera. Zero tolerance. X-Men 2, The Clone Wars. Papa Shango. What is this? I don't really know what that game is. That's a game that I think I've always just passed by. That seems like the kind of game that you would see in a, if you had like a Game Genie when you're looking at the code book and you're like, what the hell is that? Let's go with, I want to play one of these two. No, you know what I want to play that I fucking don't get, but I wish I did? It's Weapon Lord. This work? Incredible. Everything was just fine a second ago, and then it just like disappeared. Let me let's see, is this working? Yeah. Okay. Reset core association. Let's try regular one. Maybe that'll work. Yeah, there we go. Man has battled. The Demon Lord reigns supreme. Weapon Lord. The name sounds like the kind of game that you would see, like, if they were in arcades, you would see this and Eternal Champions right beside each other, like, in the corner, and everybody else is playing Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. This game is very weird to me. Got Core, Talazia, Bane, Zorn, Shintai, Devada, Zarek. This man looks like he should be a grappler, but I don't think he is. What is this? Like, looking at all these character designs, I don't know. What is this, Ryu? I don't know. I don't know. I'm assuming this guy would be the closest to a grappler. I don't even know. Ken. Chun-Li, maybe. This is probably closer to a Chun-Li, or I imagine she's a master character.
Battle 1.
You see, the thing that makes this game incredibly hard for me to understand, and actually, like, really upset me as a kid when I rented it, was, like, they just go in on you. Like, you don't get time to, like, learn anything. It's just like, nah, get good, son.
Malaysia win.
Good job.
Battle 2.
Ooh. I was gonna say these characters seem like they're like really open to jump-ins, but they're not really. Look at this guy dive kicked.
Malaysia win.
Good job. Yeah, this was the thing about this game where it was just like this and I think it's Mortal Kombat Advance for the GBA, where like there are two games where like you play them and the game is just like, we're just starting. I hope you know what you're doing. What's the Tales of Spike McFang? Well, anyway, it's getting close to 9, so I'm gonna get ready for bed, I suppose. I've got work in the morning too. But I guess I'll see you guys later. Thanks for stopping by. Peace. How do I get out of here? Oh, I gotta go. Oh, yeah. Alright, yep. I'll see you later. Peace.